What's up, everybody? Again, I am live the first time, like without crashing. This is the second time that it only took one attempt to go live on YouTube. I think the trick is, I think I understand. I think it works whenever I just take, when you go live, it takes a photograph of you to be your thumbnail. If I retake that thumbnail, maybe only in landscape mode, it crashes. So I think the last two times I just went with the first take of the photo, and it doesn't crash. So maybe that's just it. So I'm glad I discovered that. How's everybody's weekend? How was everybody's weekend? How was the start to your week? John, awesome. That's awesome. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Let me tweet this out and pull up the comments, the chat. All right. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? How was the day? Our week started off kind of weird. Our weekend was not a bad start. It was a beautiful weekend again in Chicago. We've been having this awesome weather. Addison got sick again. She had like 102 fever, started throwing up. Throwing up is like this insanely common problem on this vlog. You guys have seen way too much throw up, but I'll keep filming. But make sure it's on mute. I can't. All right, here we go. I'm just getting to the YouTube share page. No, one other person is here, John. They're coming. Maybe now there's like four. Anyway, so yeah, Addison got sick yesterday. So we didn't really do anything. We had like a nice day planned to go to the beach and stuff like that, but we didn't go anywhere because she just had a fever all day, threw up. But it was fine. She took like a couple naps, got some editing done. Just it was a fine day. Then we started today just a little nervous if she was okay or not. Turned out she woke up. She like totally bounced back and was healthy. So hi, John. So she was all good. Anyway, so yeah, John, how was your weekend? How did your week start? I wish I could do the I think Hangouts do this better, where I could maybe invite someone else into the chat. I'm not quite sure if that's true or not. That's what we used to use. We used to use, what was it called now? I don't even remember. But something for the thing Jason and I were doing where we would kind of interview each other. And that was cool because you could invite somebody to chat and ask questions alongside you. And that was really cool. I'm kind of upset that whole, was it Babel? Blab.im. Thought that was really cool. Didn't like seeing it go away. Anyway, so for the next like 7 minutes or so, yeah, that would be pretty awesome to invite. They used to call it the hot seat, and yeah, it doesn't exist anymore, which is too bad. Okay, so let's talk about managing time. Someone asked, let me pull up my notes again, all right? Kyle Wigley had asked in one of the YouTube comments how I manage my time. And I wrote like a long comment about it. You could read it. If you didn't read it, here's kind of the vocal version of what I was kind of telling Kyle. Maybe I'll go in a little bit more of the detail. But Kyle asked, how do you plan or manage your time? I don't understand how you are able to daily vlog on top of everything else you do. There's a lot of stuff kind of packed into that. I think one of the core things, I think a lot of people see the stuff I've done and they think I get a ton of things done. Vlogging, writing, working on software, managing a team. And I don't know, I don't compare this, so I don't really have a very good like baseline, but I think I do. I think I do get a good chunk done. I think I have been pretty good with managing my time effectively, building products and managing businesses. One of the core things that helps me is just I'm super laser focused with priorities. When I pick my priorities, I usually don't really veer away from them. If I'm gonna get a feature done, I get the feature done. I don't start another feature. I don't start trying to learn some brand new thing. Like, I really want that feature done, and I just focus on it. So I'm able to get things done fairly quickly because of that focus and not getting distracted. And it also means, like, this vlog, I've got this focus on this vlog, I get it done. There's other things that keep popping up. For example, people are constantly pinging me for, I want to chat and answer questions over email, but I'm not really good with things like coffee dates. If you email me and think it'd be a really great thing to meet up, that's tough for me. It's tough for me for so many reasons. One, I've obviously got all this stuff going on. Kid, like, I can't get out at night very easily, and so when people ask me to do stuff, I end up just kind of blowing. I want to come up with a better solution to this, but often I just kind of have to blow them off. There's a lot of email I don't even respond to. Like, my inbox right now, if I go to one of my inboxes, like my Mac mail inbox, there are 75,000 plus unread messages. There's something like in the 20,000s in one Gmail account, 20,000s in some other Gmail account. I don't read most of this email unless it's specific. I can get enough from the subject and at the initial line that it is pertinent to a task I have at hand, managing high-rise or doing something that's really important to me on my top list of things. I might not answer the email. So I don't get distracted very easily on stuff away from my goals. Some other stuff that helps is hiring well. I mean, that's duh, but I've also, I hire people who are very independent. I've hired people who aren't very independent and it hasn't worked out. I need people who are good at being the boss of me, that they can work very independently. I mean, I'd love to collaborate on things and give ideas, but someone's got to be able to run with their own ideas and get them deployed and get something published. Someone who's constantly needy of my feedback, who wants to kind of work a lot and do good work, but then put it forth in a presentation and get a lot of my feedback before they're comfortable pushing anything, it's not going to work out. I need them to, be collaborative, but to be the independent owner of their work and be confident enough that they can put this stuff out there. And I give them room to do that. So that's been really important to me because people are getting stuff done and I'm not the bottleneck. I could not be here and they're still going to get a lot of stuff done. So that helps me a ton, not have to manage a ton of things. And it's something you specifically have to look out for and hire for because there's a lot of people who don't fit that. You might say like you want a lot of entrepreneurial people, but there's a lot of people, once you get them in the organization, you find that they want to schedule a lot of meetings, they want to get a lot of input, and it's not going to work out. I also do things like I value the long-term game of a lot of things, I think, more than most people. So I put a lot of stuff into this vlog. I talked to some of my friends. They asked me, like, how many hours are you editing this vlog? Guys, it can take a couple hours, maybe more, to edit a single vlog post. That's why I'm trying to intersperse these live versions. I might not have a few hours to really kind of craft a really great message. And some things help me get better at that editing process, but it is a insane amount of work to get these uploaded every day, focus on kind of editing, some of the stuff that I want to edit with messages, some of the more kind of crafted vlogs that I like to do. But I'm in it for the long game. When I do this long term, I see my numbers keep going up and up and up, little by little by little. And it's tiny now, but I'm gonna blink and a couple years are gonna go by, and I'm hoping this thing is this really great asset of mine in order to get in front of a lot of people. So I value doing stuff like this because I know if I keep up at it, I don't know, it's going to turn out, and it's going to be one of those things where a lot of people are going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, what a crazy successful thing. I'll never have that. Well, you will have it. You just have to do so much of it. That same thing with my Twitter following and my Medium following. These things didn't happen overnight. It just took constant, doing. I've been running my own startups now for over a decade. So the stuff didn't come overnight. It just came from a lot of iteration. Also, these constant deadlines, still kind of this managing my time. Constant deadlines really help. It forces me to finish something or move on. Like, I can't dilly-dally. Like, I gotta get this thing posted today if I'm gonna do a daily vlog. I've committed myself to like 2 written articles a week. Again, this just focuses me. So like, when I'm looking at my article, or I'm looking at doing these edits, I can't be like, well, I'll perfect this tomorrow. There's no procrastinating it any longer to make it better. It's gotta go out, or I've gotta throw it out and move on to the next better thing. So I do a lot of throwing out too. If this article isn't working, I don't labor through it. If a vlog post isn't working out, I just throw it away and start on something new. So I do a lot of this, like, just commit to finishing because I got a deadline, or move on. I think a lot of people don't do the move on part. They stick with something way too long, past the expiration date. And deadlines help. I do see people do it with books a lot. People buy a book and they don't fall in love with the book, but they feel because they've invested $20, $30 in this book, and everybody may have said it's a good book, they get stuck in it. So they just keep working on finishing this book. Meanwhile, there are so many other things to read that you would read faster because you're more passionate about it, it interests you more, and you don't do it. Throw away more books, throw away more articles, throw away more projects of yours, move on to the thing that you're going to commit to finishing. But the deadlines really help you to commit to finishing something, because you got to push something out today or you're not meeting your deadline. What else? Another big thing that helps me manage my time, I'll wrap this up in a bit, in real quick, is old tools versus new tools, or old tools versus learning the next new thing. I'm a big fan of using what I have at my disposal. If I'm gonna start a project, I'm not gonna go learn about the newest JavaScript framework. I'm not gonna go reach for the new thing that people have been developing and creating. I reach for the stuff that I'm really handy with. And it goes for how I write, it goes for even now this vlog. For a while there, I kept reaching for new tools. Like, let me buy the next best camera, the next thing, thinking that was gonna help me, and it doesn't. So I keep reaching now for tools that I'm very familiar with. So I didn't bring it even with me right now, but right now I film everything, most of this stuff for this vlog, on a Canon G7X Mark II. It's a point and shoot. It's still semi-expensive. It's not your entry-level thing, but it's so handy, and it doesn't shoot as great of a picture or capture the audio I can get with my giant DSLR, but I'm handier with it. So when I need to get something out there, it's an old tool that I'm really familiar with, and I know I can get stuff done. The same way I feel about things like Rails. When I need to build something, I go to Rails. Yes, there's other things that might be faster, and if I'm gonna scale, yeah, maybe we'll rebuild it in this. I don't give a shit. Just get it out the door with the thing you're comfortable with. There's that stuff you can worry about later. It's usually not a problem right now or even in the near future. So that's, again, something that helps me manage my time. I don't screw around trying to learn all the newest things when I'm trying to get something done. When I have free time, I love learning new stuff. But when I'm trying to get something out the door, go to the old stuff. And a lot of people, they don't do that. They go to the new stuff because they want to learn all this new stuff, which I don't think is a bad thing, but learning the new stuff, it's not good when you're trying to deploy something and keep a regular cadence to the stuff you want to get out the door. So that's some stuff on how I manage my time. Anybody else have any questions? So is it Yuri? Am I butchering your last name? Is it Yuri? What's your rough monthly breakdown between Highrise and other projects? Which are they? Is there a correlation between biz value and time? There are no other projects. I mean, Highrise is it. Draft I keep running. I'll update it to make sure it's got like the latest software patches, but I haven't been updating it. When it comes to like other projects, I consider this vlog another project, but it's part of Highrise. It's part of me trying to get the word out about what we're doing here at Highrise. So it's all part of the same thing. And Highrise is like my life. So I get a really normal amount of sleep, but I still bring Highrise home. I'm working on it at night just because all the projects that I'm trying to do here are just so interesting to me, from not just a work level, but from a personal level. And like, this vlog is like a hobby of mine. Like, I don't go golfing. I used to golf a lot. I don't go golfing. It feels, and I don't want to offend any golfers, but when I go out there and I spend 3 hours to play 9 holes, it's a lot harder to play golf in Chicago, a lot more wasted time. If I were living in the suburbs, I'd probably play a lot more golf. But in the city, getting out to my local course over here by the lake, it takes like 3 hours to play 9 holes. I don't have that kind of time to waste. and and playing that doesn't help me produce something. Doing this vlog is interesting to me, helps me like learn and just, you know, get better at storytelling as I'm practicing it. And it's fun, so it can count and fill a hole in stuff that I think other people kind of fill in with things like golf. Again, no offense to golf. I don't mean that as like a slight to people who enjoy playing golf. I you know, ran 5 miles today, so I mean I spent, you know, over 45 minutes just working out. So I have my own things that are not like conducive to getting stuff out the door that make me feel good. So yeah, coffee meetings don't scale. I'd like to do something more with like meetings with people. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a meetup that I have somewhere. Is this, Jason Brown, is this for fun or to eventually monetize? I don't know about monetizing. You know, maybe if I was huge, I'll monetize, right? If I need another revenue stream. But it's fun, and it helps me get the word out about what I'm trying to do at High Rise, which is really important to me. So, and I love teaching. I love being transparent about the stuff that we're doing here. It helps me think clearer, more clearly. By putting my message out in a way that's educational. It's like me teaching, right? I used to teach chemistry, and I learned chemistry so well just through the act of teaching. I was a good student with chemistry, but I was never near as good as when I had to start teaching it to other people. That's how I feel a little bit about this. When I have to get clear and tell you what I'm trying to accomplish, like it gets it really clear in my head. Yeah. Yuri, am I saying it right, man? Is it Yuri? Or can you, yeah. If I apologize if I'm not saying it right. Oh, awesome. You said dev folks seem to be starting a lot of live coding sessions on Twitch, and it's an interesting trend. Yeah, I mean, I dig this stuff. I love opening this stuff up. I'd love it if I could open up even more stuff and show more of the team. Unfortunately, the team isn't even in Chicago, most of us. There's a guy, Michael Dwan. I hope we can get him on this vlog a little bit more. Maybe I could start doing some of these, like some hangouts with some of the other folks who are remote. But I love just kind of showing what we're up to from all aspects, development, marketing, you know, business planning, whatever, even this stuff that we're struggling with. Anyway, I think, yeah, it's a good way of marketing yourself too and learning at the same time. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in on your Monday evening. I hope that helped with something. I hope that helped think a little bit about time management and getting more done. And if you dig these videos, please hit that thumbs up button. I could really use all the thumbs ups I can get. All the spraying it. If you're on Twitter, please tweet the channel or your favorite video, whatever. Or on Facebook, I would love it. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Yuri, for being in the comments. Thank you, everybody, for asking questions. This was another great question people had. If you've got questions, the YouTube comments are awesome. Or just email me or tweet at me would be great too. I would love to cover what you're doing. I'm happy to cover your project and talk about anything that can help answer as it pertains to what you're going through. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.